Now, your First Alert Weather Super 7-day forecast.
We do have some rain on First Alert radar, mainly north of I-20 in the northern suburbs through the North Georgia mountains. That's where those rain chances remain through tonight. Right now, some rain moving through North Fulton County from Milton, Crabapple, Alpharetta, Roswell, drifting very slowly to the southeast along Georgia 400. Starting to see a few sprinkles there. North and east of that, we've got some rain through the north end of Lake Lanier, the very tippy-toppy north end. This is in northern Hall County, moving into White County over Cleveland. We're seeing some rain, and then as we head west of that, some showers making their way through Gordon County, through northern Floyd County, seeing some rain in Polk County as well. Overall, only about a 20 to 30% chance of rain through the evening. So most of that rain will stay in far north Georgia, in the northern suburbs and the mountains as we drop down to 67 degrees. Tomorrow and Tuesday, mostly dry. Tomorrow, of course, is Labor Day. It's going to feel great. Temperatures about 5 to 6 degrees below average. Will only be in the low 80s throughout the afternoon. Another gorgeous day on Tuesday, but Wednesday is a First Alert weather day. We will see rain and storms. Could see that rain in the morning, mainly across North Georgia. It's a front that's going to take a while to push through. So at noon, still seeing that rain mainly north of I-20. By the afternoon, we'll see those showers and storms along and south of I-20 as well. That rain could linger into Thursday, but those highest rain chances will be Wednesday. Some storms, possibly some strong storms will be possible. Dry after that. Temperatures will be heating up by the end of the week. Braves on Gray. You can watch the Braves for free on Atlanta News First. It will be hot at the game, as it usually is in early September, with temperatures in the upper 80s. We'll stay in the upper 80s Saturday of next week and mostly dry. Right now, it looks like we'll see tons of sunshine next Saturday and Sunday.